I have been freelance writing for 4 years right now. Okay, and I want to share with you some things that I wish that I knew when I started freelance writing. And I believe this knowledge would have made my life easier as a freelance writer. However, since I didn't get them until now, you should get them before you start your career to make your career easy. So if you're watching this right now and you're about to start freelance writing, or you've just started freelance writing, then you should know about these things so that you can avoid them and have a smoother career. Ready? Let's get into the video. Okay, so guys, we're getting started in a minute. However, in case you're seeing this channel for the first time, I talk about writing and how you can monetize your writing career. So if you're interested in content like this, then you certainly want to click the subscribe button and then turn on your post notifications so that you can get notified whenever I put out a new content. All right, so let's get into the video. The first thing I wish I knew is you guys get a contract with clear terms. Right now, as a freelancer, I'm sure you know that you are a bit disadvantaged because you don't have that covering that a full-time worker might have working for a company, all right, an established company. So something you can do for yourself is get a contract, all right, that has your terms clearly written. Okay, then you want to send out those contracts each time you want to land a client and ensure that your client reads it carefully and signs the contract. All right, this way you can ensure that you do not have to go through the plenty issues that could come up without a contract. Okay, because these guys can be funny. You could discuss something and then at the end of the day they're asking for something else, and because you don't have any proof, you're going to have to do what they asked for, right? But then if you have a contract that you've already signed, then you can avoid all of this. So yes, get a contract. Second thing that I wish I knew is, guys, don't take follow up lightly. All right, follow up, follow up, follow up. Like most of those people that you're going after, they're actually busy, and I tell you, a huge percentage of them forget about your pitch. Let's say you send someone a pitch, or you're in talking stage with a potential client, and then after a while you don't hear from them again, and you're like, okay, maybe they don't want me. Most times that is wrong. Sometimes they want you, but then they haven't remembered what you discussed, so they need the reminder. Okay, so I'm going to recommend you do at least 3 follow-ups. You send the first message, and then once you notice this person might be interested, you want to do the first follow-up, then the second follow-up after a while, and then finally the third follow-up. So you can make sure that they did not miss it out, they didn't forget, they actually are not interested. Right. So yes, don't be afraid or ashamed to follow up. Next thing I'm going to say is that expertise beats experience. Okay, so guys, most times when people come to you and they want you to do something for them, they are more interested in how much of this thing you know how to do than how long you've done this thing for. All right. So if you build your expertise by, of course, learning more skills, becoming better at this thing basically, then you have a higher chance to get more high paying clients than someone that's been writing for decades, and the person is stagnant, you're not building, you're not learning new stuff, you're just there. So expertise will beat experience any day, anytime. The fourth thing that I wish I knew, guys, don't be afraid to give your best price. Yes, I mean, when someone asks, how much do you charge for this? There's a lot going through your mind at that point. You're like, oh, what should I say? I don't want to be too forward. I don't want to sound too expensive. There's a lot of consideration at that point, and that's normal. But guys, go for it. Go for your best price. Like honestly, most times when people come to you, they actually don't know what to expect, and whatever you give them is what they're going to take at the point. All right, so go for your best price. What's the worst that could happen? They would be unable to afford you, right? And in the case where they're unable to afford you, you guys can then begin to strike a deal. It's called negotiating, and it's an important skill in freelance writing. All right, so yes, go for your best price. Push comes to shove, you guys are going to negotiate. And I mean, if it gets bad, then you lose the client. And I mean, they probably weren't meant for you anyway. Next thing I wish I knew, guys, over deliver. Like especially when you're getting started in this career path, all right, you need to over deliver. So, and there's a way to do this. Okay, you can give less deliverables. Let's say you have a contract and you've listed about 3 things that you're going to give, and you guys have agreed. Now when you want to turn in this job, give them 4 things. You listed three things, but you've given them four things. So that additional deliverable that you gave out, that's like a bonus point, all right? So you've over delivered, and then you tell the client, oh yes, I just added this, because I'd like you to remain my client or something. That extra push that can make this client long term. That can really really give you a boost in this client's heart. So yes, under promise and over deliver. Okay, so guys, something else I'm going to leave with you is do not be afraid to raise your rates. Yes. Now, you'd be surprised to know that someone somewhere is doing the same thing you're doing, or even less than you're doing, and is earning 10 times more than you're earning because the person is simply bold enough to charge more. Really, it's all about your expertise, like I mentioned before. So work on being an expert. If you really know your onion, then it'll be easy for you to charge well, because if you charge well, you're going to deliver as promised, all right? And that's what the client needs, right? So no matter what you give them as a rate, if they are equal to the task, then they're going to pay you without minding, right? So yes, don't be afraid to raise your rates after a while. It's okay to raise your rates after a while. I mean, normal full-time workers get promotions after a while of working, right? So why not you? So, raise your rates constantly. Something else I wish I knew, guys, is that clients appreciate suggestions. Yes. So, I mean, if you are asked to do something for a client, all right, and they probably already have their prototype, sometimes they're not even sure of the prototype they have. Okay, they have something, but they're still skeptical about it. As the expert, you can come in with a suggestion, right? You can say, instead of this, why don't we try this? That gives you some sort of professional, appearance. They're like, oh, okay, why? And then you give your reasons based on your experience or stuff you've done before, and then yeah, give a suggestion. You can suggest additional items. You can say, oh, we are doing this, we have a blog, why don't we add social media to it? Or you can say, oh, we have social media, why don't we start up a YouTube? Additional suggestions. Basically, clients appreciate that. Clients see you as a very valuable person when you give them suggestions, and they'll be willing to work with you for as long as you need to. Yes, guys, another thing that I wish I knew is, guys, never stop pitching. Now, as a freelance writer, if you have been in this business for even a short while, you'd know that it's a very unstable path, all right? So sometimes it's like hyping, there's so much going on, there's so much high frequency, you know. And at other times, everything is just so low. There's nobody reaching out to you. Everything is just, bland. And you're wondering what's going on. Nothing is going on. First off, it's normal, okay? Um, there's always going to be the low frequency period, and that's fine, all right? But then something you should know is that you should have a consistent pitching schedule, all right? So if you only pitch during those low frequency moments, and then when you have a lot of things to do, you stop pitching, then it's going to affect you. Because let's face it, most of the times, the clients that you get at the point when they all come at the point, if you check properly, you pitched those clients like during your low frequency period, right? So when you did a lot of pitching, and then somehow it looks like you have so much job, but it's just the result of what you've done some months back. So you need to keep doing that thing so that it can continue giving you such high frequency periods. All right. So yes, have a consistent pitching schedule and follow it so that you never run out of clients. All right, guys. So that's it. I've just shared some of the lessons that I've learned in my short years of freelance writing. And yeah, so would you add something to this list? Is there something you might have learned from your years of freelance writing? Let me know in the comments. I would really like to read them and learn from you. Alright, so thank you for staying to the end of this video, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.